So if you're interested in opening a Roth IRA account, here's the step-by-step on how to do it. The first thing is you need to choose a broker. There's a lot of popular ones out there. I've listed Vanguard, Fidelity, and Schwab, but there's many, many others. I would just go with ones that are popular because they're reliable, they've been there a long time, and they do offer low-fee index funds, they tend to be user-friendly, and have good customer service. Once you've chosen one, you're going to click the links in the video below or the description box, and it's going to take you directly to where you would open a Roth IRA account with them. You're going to need to use your legal information and then create an account with them. Now, once you have that account open on whatever platform you've chosen, even if you started to put money in, nothing's going to happen to that money. You need to also choose investments. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can choose investments. The kind of core idea is to make sure that you are diversifying your investments and that you're updating them, let's say, every year or so. And a really popular thing to choose is something called a target date fund or a target retirement fund. And all the major platforms offer their own. And essentially what these are is the platform has someone else managing it, someone else is diversifying it and updating it accordingly. And they're adjusting it based on how close you are to retirement. So you're going to choose a fund that is close to or at the date that you would like to retire. And the closer that you get to retirement, the more conservative that fund becomes. So they're going to be investing more in bonds and treasuries, for example, which are less risky compared to stocks. So like I said, each platform has their own, and you can search for which ones are available just by typing target date fund or target retirement fund and whatever platform you've chosen. We're going to take a look at Vanguard. So we can browse the target retirement funds that they offer. So you see the dates right here, and the closer it is to that date, the more conservative that fund is, which you can also see at the risk level here. So let's say you're going to retire in 2045. So we can take a look at this one. And each fund is going to have their own code. So this one is VTIVX. And you can buy it, and you can also compare with others. If you don't mind being more aggressive with investing closer to your retirement age, then you can choose one that is even farther away, because they're not going to start to be conservative until even later. But there's a lot of details that you get by clicking on this information, like when that fund was started, the risk scale according to the platform, the minimum investment. So with Vanguard, if you want to open a Roth IRA, you do need a minimum investment of $1,000. You can also see the cost of the fund, so 0.08% for this one. So that's a low fee fund. Here it's showing over time the annual percentage rate. So 8.74% since 2003. So that's around that expected average, although it's still early since it is a 2045. But notice even some years, like year to date, so that's this year, a 19% return, pretty high. But even if you have a year that is a lot lower, it's going to even itself out, and that's historically what happens. Even further down, you can see how the portfolio is allocated. So if you're doing it by yourself, good practice is to have about 80% stocks, 20% bonds. If you're being a little bit more aggressive with your investings, then this one is clearly showing an 83% of stocks. And then you can see of the bonds, it's 15%. So this one is definitely still being pretty aggressive. And at the very, very bottom, you can even see who is managing the fund. So there's a lot of details about the funds. The idea is choose one to make it easy. And that way, as you start putting money into your Roth IRA, you're already starting to invest. Which then leads me to funding your account. I highly recommend that you set up automatic monthly contributions. That way, once the money goes into your bank, you already know, oh, my account platform is already going to take that money out directly, getting invested, and I don't even have to worry about it. So at this moment, if you haven't already, I do recommend you take these steps. The sooner, the better. If you get stuck at any point, feel free to reach out to me. I do one-on-ones if you want to talk more about it. And once you've set it up, you can go to the next section, which talks about how much exactly are we going to fund in our account.